the concept of the 72 absolute needles. This is a special list of Master Tung points that was created by Master Tung himself. I'm trying to bring you these points because most teachers in the West don't know these points and don't teach them to their students, and that's something that I'm trying to bring. Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about two amazing Master Tung points that are also part of the 72 absolute needles. If you've seen my previous videos on the 72 absolute needles, I have the links up here. I've already talked about some of these points, and today we're going to continue because a lot of you have been asking for more points from this amazing point list. Just for the people who haven't seen the previous videos, again, I advise you to look into it, but if you haven't, the concept of the 72 absolute needles, this is a special list of Master Tung points that was created by Master Tung himself, and these are points that he considered so powerful that he thought that each of these points could treat an illness by itself. So each of the 72 absolute needles was allocated to one possible illness. This doesn't mean that they could only be used for those needles or that he would only use that point in every patient, but it was his way of saying these points are so powerful that a lot of times if you want to treat this, you just need 1 point from this list. This is a complete list of 72 points. We've already seen a few of them, and today we're going to see 2 more points. And so let's dive into the first point. This point is in the area 55, so it's the sole of the foot.
If you'd like to learn more about the techniques that I talk about in my videos, check out the courses I have available. I have courses in Portuguese and in English, so check them out in the links below. In these courses I teach the balanced method to treat pain. This is a technique where you get instant relief in most pain cases, so if you want to learn about it, check them out.
And this is, as it's usual with Master Tung, it's a point that's actually a set of 3 different points, and it's called the Sheng. And as you can see here in the image, this is a set of 3 points that's in the midline of the sole of the foot. And how do we find these points? First, you need to find the midline of the foot, then you will find kidney 1, and then along this line you will go 1, 2, and 3 Tsun proximal to kidney 1. So the first point is 1 Tsun proximal to kidney 1, the second one 2 Tsun, and the third one 3 Tsun. And although Master Tung did not explain why these points were in the 72 absolute needles list, my opinion is these points are there because they treat the blood circulation for the brain. These are very powerful points. As you can see, they have the Sheng of the heart, the kidney, and the brain. So if you think about what this can mean, well, they have the Sheng of the heart, so they will treat something related to blood and circulation. They have the Sheng of the kidney, which tells us they treat the yin, the physical part of the body. And also, if you think about classical TCM knowledge, we know that the brain is allocated usually to the kidney. And to finish, of course, it has the Sheng, a special Sheng for the brain. So it's particularly good at treating the brain. So in my opinion, this is why the point is part of the 72 absolute needles. It's for its action on the brain, particularly on the blood circulation for the brain. As for the indications of this point can regulate the blood flow to the brain. The point can be used for post-stroke, for bleeding in the brain. It can also work on the Shao-yin connection, so the connection between heart and kidney. It can stabilize blood pressure. It can work for insomnia. And Dr. Hu says that these points are great to treat mental health problems and combines them with Yin Tang. This is another set of Master Tung points that is not numbered. We know it's in the area 55, but it's not in most of the translated books. As I've told you in previous videos, most of the points that have a number associated to them, so 1101, 1102, and so on, are points that were used in the books that were translated to English and brought to Europe and to America. These are mostly books from Dr. Young, Dr. Paul Carson, Dr. Miriam Lee, and so on. Unfortunately, a lot of these less well-known points, and that, in my opinion, these are some of the most amazing Master Tung points, are not in the translated books. The only original disciple that I know of that is actually teaching these points is Dr. Hu, and the points can only be found in his books, which unfortunately are Chinese only. There are no translations of these books, and it's even very hard to find them outside of China. So I'm trying to bring you these points because most teachers in the West don't know these points and don't teach them to their students, and that's something that I'm trying to bring. These are the Sheng, part of the 72 absolute needles for treating the brain, in particular the blood flow to the brain. And the next point that we're going to see is still in the foot, and it's 66.02 or Mufu. Mufu can be translated to wood, woman, and you can imagine that this point will have actions in gynecology. As you can see, the point has the Shenjing of the heart and the Six Fu, and we will find the point in the second toe, in the second phalanx, 0.3 tune lateral to the midline between the two joints. And what makes this point so special that it's part of the 72 absolute needles is its action on the blockage of the fallopian tubes. This is one of the few points that is described as being able to treat blocked fallopian tubes. General indications: this point treats blockage of the fallopian tubes, uterus inflammation, problems with the menstruation, being lack of bleeding, irregular bleeding, or painful menstruation, and also abnormal vaginal discharge. So this is an amazing point to treat most problems related to women's health, but as you can see, it's particularly important to treat the fallopian tubes. This is an indication that's very uncommon within acupuncture points, so it's a point that's well worth for you to know because you don't have that many solutions to work on this part. And these are the 2 points that I'm bringing you today. If you want me to keep going with the 72 absolute needles, let me know in the description. And if you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with anyone that might benefit from it. And I'll see you in the next one.